When we get to more advanced filmmaking techniques and moves and things, when you actually take the camera off of a tripod and put it on something that is moving, there are a bunch of different tools to create the effect of movement, and we're going to be talking about 3 of those today and comparing which one you should use in which situation. The 3 different tools we have here are a slider, which is by GlideCam, a GlideCam thing, which is also by GlideCam. I believe this is the DNA 5050 if you want to check this out, and the DJI Ronin M. We're going to be comparing the cost, the ease of use, and like the overall look of what it looks like when you use this for filming. Okay, so we're going to be comparing the slider, which is blue, to the GlideCam, which is green, and the Ronin, which is this red-pink color. Alright, so if we take a look at the ease of use, the slider is by far the easiest to use because all you have to do is put the camera on top of the slider. If you want to put the slider on a tripod, or you could even just leave the slider on the ground as is and just start going. It's really easy. You don't really have to have any experience whatsoever to operate a slider. If you want to make the sliding look really smooth, it does take some more time, but compared to the GlideCam and the Ronin, the slider is by far the easiest to use, followed by the GlideCam here. After you set it up, which takes some time, then you can just pick it up and go. Similar to the slider, there is no battery, so you could shoot all day without ever having to stop to charge a battery or switch out a battery, so that's a great advantage. The Ronin does use a battery, so if you're going to be shooting for over an hour, you're definitely going to need to like either switch out batteries or keep charging, take breaks for charging, so that makes the ease of use go down. Also, balancing it is a real pain in the butt because it's really tricky and takes a lot of time, and if you don't do it correctly, you can cause the battery to wear out faster, the motors can wear out faster, and even in some cases break the Ronin if you don't balance it correctly. So that's why the Ronin has such a low ease of use, because it does take so much time to set up, it does use batteries, but then once you do get it all set up, the actual use is fairly simple because all you have to do is hang on to it. It is definitely the heaviest, so that is what we have for the ease of use. If we go on to the overall look, they're all in this range right here. The slider looks really nice, but you don't have the versatility of the other 2 where you can just go anywhere. The slider has to be set down like on a tripod somewhere, and you can only go a couple of feet with this, but it does look really nice. So with the GlideCam, you can have an infinitely long dolly shot or sliding shot, whatever you want. Same with the Ronin here. If we take a moment to compare what each of the 3 can do, the sliding shot is really the most basic kind of movement, other than like pans and stuff, which you can do on a tripod. So off of a tripod, the slider is the most basic kind of movement you can do with a camera that is smooth. The GlideCam can do everything that the slider can do, except it can pan more. I guess you can kind of pan with the slider, but really you can pan more and go infinitely far with the GlideCam. And then the Ronin can do everything that the GlideCam can do, except it is all motorized, so it's perfectly level, whereas sometimes with the GlideCam it's not quite as smooth. I think that's enough for the overall look. If we look finally at the price range, sliders generally are within the $50 to $100. If you want to get a basic slider, there are some really fancy kinds that have belts and turning things, and you can actually get motorized sliders, which are really awesome. But if you want to get a basic slider, it is pretty low on our range of cost. For the GlideCam, it is a little more expensive. The one that I have, I believe, is around $300, so you can get a nice small one for $200. Actually, I think even under $200 you can get some really nice small GlideCam things. But then, like, if you look at the ones that are used in movies, those are quite a bit more expensive, but just on the general trend, those are fairly inexpensive in price. Now, if we take a look at the Ronin M here, that is $1,200 just to get the plain Ronin M. By far, that is the most expensive. It also has the lowest ease of use, but if you're really going for this overall look here, that is why people are willing to pay so much and go through all the trouble just to get the overall look. Each of these have their own advantages and disadvantages, so definitely before buying one of these, make sure to go out and just research what you are buying before you buy it, and maybe take a look at one of the other options and see what the differences are in the overall use and if that really matters. If the cost is an issue, I would definitely take a look at these two lower end options, because the Ronin doesn't really do that much more than what these other two can do, and it is really difficult to set up and maintain, and it's heavy. It's just heavy. I hope this was helpful. Make sure to leave a comment down below saying which one you think wins, which one is the best bang for the buck, I guess. Thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to keep it pro.